What's going on, my man?
What's up with that Chiefs hat, dude?
Hey, tonight, baby. Hey,
Tonight's the night.
I'm a Cowboys, Broncos, Chiefs fan. I've lived in all three of those places for
Oh yeah, that's cool. Well, I'm
yeah,
a Raiders fan, so you always got to pick a couple other teams you like.
yeah. Well, I grew up in Kansas City, went to high school and college there.
Oh, cool.
Lived in Dallas for 30 years, and then I was in Denver from the time I was in kindergarten through third grade, and then come back all the time. So I was a Broncos fan when I was little. But if you remember back in the day, if you've been a football fan forever, Floyd Little, Otis Armstrong.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, those are the running backs when I first started playing football back in like,
I love it.
yeah, we started playing at a young age. But dude, thank you for doing this, man. Sincerely
Of
appreciate
course,
it.
my pleasure, brother.
I thought I threw it on your calendar. If
Yeah,
I,
it's on my calendar at 9 a.m.
oh,
It's
wow.
all good. I'm open, so it's
Good.
perfect.
Praise God, man. What's
It's
up, Kathy?
perfect. I was just reading, getting prepared for it, so it's all perfect. And I love the team because that's kind of my whole concept's the Freedom Team, you know?
Yeah. Love it. Yeah. We came up with that name years ago. We're all trying to come up with a name and everything kept talking about we're trying to
I
get
know.
everybody to freedom, right? What's your freedom number?
Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to change my name because I was thinking the same name, so I'm gonna have to put a variation of that in your honor.
What were you thinking? You were going to say freedom team?
So literally this morning I read for about an hour and I was reading, building a story brand and really identifying with what you're all about. And the word freedom just kept coming up so strong for me today. And it was like freedom team. I know there's a freedom team. So I was thinking freedom something, freedom. And here you are, EXP
Yeah.
freedom
Yeah.
team. So
All right.
meant
Well,
to be.
let's let a few in. Kathy, let me give you.
Morning,
Hey Kathy,
Randy.
good
Oh,
morning.
you already came in. Correct. You're a host as well. We're good.
Probably co-host. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Get a few in here. I got your little bio, so thank you for sending it over.
Yeah, of course.
And we'll kick it off here, and it's automatically being recorded. So, hey,
And
if you guys can, first of all, thank you guys for jumping on. What's going on, Miss Kelly?
Hello, how are you?
Matt, Randy, these are
we
two
got
of.
some of my favorite people in here already.
Okay, so you already know both of
So I
them.
know both of them very well.
Awesome, awesome. Yes. We are very fortunate to have these beautiful young ladies in our group. What's going on, Sandra? How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Thank you. How are you?
Good. Are you just out for a beautiful walk? Looks like some nice weather there.
Well, we're in the part of the country where our horses and dog get equal level of regenerative therapy. So my dog was just on the water treadmill.
How cool.
We do that for horses too. And I'm one of the people that sell those horse farms. And we got Terra Nova coming in, which is an Olympic training facility. And when I mentioned to them, like, where's your water rehab pool? And they're like, oh my God, you're right. We got to get one of those. So
Very
I,
cool. You have to,
yeah, thank you. It takes a village to
yeah,
keep our animals in shape and us.
videotape the dogs or horses on that and shoot that over to me. I want to see what that looks like.
I did. I'll send it over to you. I don't
Yeah.
know really how. I can do it to your EXP email.
Yeah, you can text it to me. Just videotape your phone and text it to me. It'd be awesome. Yeah, I'd love
Hey,
to see.
Sean, I'll be back in 1 minute,
Yeah,
less than
go
one
ahead,
minute.
buddy.
Be
Go
right back.
ahead. So hey, real quick, I was on a Zoom this morning for you guys. Say a little prayer for Jay and Ashley. They're over in Germany. I don't know if they were getting on the cruise or just get off the cruise, but anyway, both of them caught a stomach virus. They were at the beach last night and it was kind of going around. Somebody was talking about it. Then Jay got it last night, and then she kind of got it early in the morning. They're both sicker than a dog, and then he just passed a kidney stone on top of that. And when they called me, it was at like 7:20 this morning asking if I could run a Zoom. They both just got to the hotel room about to lay down and see if they could push through this. But a kidney stone in combination with the stomach virus. Woo,
Wow.
Yeah,
goodness gracious. So pray for old Jay and
no
Ash.
fun.
All right. Well, let's kick this off, you guys. Thank you so much for coming on. Kathy, you guys can continue to let him in here. As always, guys, we are so fortunate and blessed. I've got to know this guy a little bit, but man, one of the best I've ever heard on the phone. Obviously, coach is the way I take it, Coach Randy Byrd, but he has a way of just truly asking some incredible questions, really getting into that person's production, finding out about them, just has a way that's pretty incredible. And I told him at the very end, he can kind of promote his channel and what he does. I highly recommend if you're wondering sometimes what to say other than some of the things we've given you for scripts. Randy's a great one to listen to to hear how he asks these questions, interacts with agents. It's pretty incredible. But let me give you a little bit of his background. Randy Byrd is a proud USCG Coast Guard veteran. Randy has an extensive background in real estate, construction, and coaching. Over 22 years as a licensed real estate broker in California and Oregon, and 30 years as a general contractor. He is a sub to community member focused on agent growth and investment partnerships. He is a speaker, trainer, team leader with eXp Realty, where his organization consists of over 1,000 agents spanning 30 states and 5 countries. He has previously served as a KW team leader and KW owner of a 100-agent office. So Randy is the proud owner and team leader of Premier Luxury Group and Like a Boss Coaching. Coach Byrd has been a performance coach for 13 years. Currently, again, 20 frontline FLQAs and a team of 1,020. So, man, thank you so much, Randy, for taking the time to come on here, my friend. We sincerely appreciate it.
Thank you, brother. Those bios always sound so long, man. It's like, just say, just don't make me late to dinner and everything else will work itself out. But I appreciate being here, Sean. You're true leader in the company. And if you ask, I'm there, man. That's all there is to it.
Well, dude, that is, we sincerely appreciate it, man. I really, really do. Why don't we start off? Is there anything else that you would like the group to know right now about you? I guess before we kind of dive into the whole real estate stuff.
No, I mean, obviously I run a coaching program called Attract Boss. That's for agent attraction for eXp exclusively. I don't coach any other agents from other companies. I've had people I've coached that left eXp and I've severed the relationship. I'm not interested in helping other brands grow and build. It's nothing personal, but we're really proud of what we've done with that. We've got a free community as well, which I'll give you guys the link to and stuff at the end. But really, it's just about pouring back into the agents to help this company grow to be the best company it can be. I'll be 9 years in eXp November 1st. I came in the same week Brent Gove did. I was on his list of 100 to call. I was number 8 on his list. If you ever watch his little hand scribbled list, I think I'm 7 or 8, but it pisses me off that I wasn't number 1. But we didn't have the relationship we did back then, and I always look at like the number 1 through 6 going, what? How come he didn't call me sooner? But bottom line is I came on very early with Brent Gove and I did absolutely nothing. Right? I wasn't believing the model was going to work. I was in that, I was coaching full-time for Tom Ferry, and I was really tied to the income of that full-time coaching, had 35 to 50 clients and was making, mid 6 figures, 150 grand a year or something like that. And really enjoyed it. But I was like, I'll watch and see how things go for you, Brent. And then he just went to the moon and back, and we're friends. So every month he'd go, dude, my rev share was 5 grand my very first full month. My rev share was 12 grand. My rev share was 25 grand. It was just almost kind of unbelievable, but I was watching it in real time. So I jumped right on the eXp thing as soon as I saw that 2 years later. Right?
Gotcha.
I jumped right on it 2 years later. And I think that leads us to what really my message is going to be today, which is timing. Timing is different for everybody. It's not how good you are on the phone. It's not how good your message is. It's not how the newest video that came out with Attractify. It's none of that. It's timing. Sometimes you can increase the timing by opening up an idea with them or open up an opportunity in their mind that changes their timing. But if you're entering this, Sean, and again, I'm preaching, but this is what like's in my heart. If you're coming from a place of unattachment to them, and you'll hear me use that word a lot, on attachment. If you're coming from a place of unattachment and just curiosity, you're not tied to the outcome. If you're not tied to the outcome, it's going to be fun. If you're tied to the outcome and they say no, it's no fun. Right? And if you try to overcome no 6 times, it just gets less fun. It doesn't get more fun.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So a lot of what I'm going to talk about today is how to frame that where you're enjoying this, where you're really excited and enthusiastic and leading from a place. Like I know Kelly and Kathy and a couple other recognizable faces here, they get it at a high level. They're in the circles, they're in the inner circles, they're in the groups, they're in the doing the things, right? But sometimes it's still not enough. It's still hard because this business is hard, and it rewards those with the fortitude to go through the hard stuff. Right.
Yeah.
And Monday morning, I said yes to a podcast 2 weeks ago that was at 6 a.m. And I literally on Sunday night said, what did I do? I mean, why am I doing a 6 a.m. podcast on Monday morning? What's my commitment to helping others spread the word of this? And it had, it had value in the group and the people that were asking me to do that. And so 8 a.m. Pacific time is a lot easier. Thank you for that. But the reality is, I say yes if it will move the needle forward in somebody's journey. And it's a balance between having enough time to say yes to everything and also focus on what's important to you, right? So
Yeah.
you're going to hear a lot of that today. We all have these common things that we battle with, and we have this passion in our belly, and we write all these goals and things out, and then putting it into action is where we get tripped up. And it's about priorities and things. So anyway, I'm going to turn it over to you. I'll answer any questions you want to today. I'm here to serve and add value, and I can talk for 3 hours. So you've got to watch that. But I'm totally blessed. I'm impressed by you, Sean, and really impressed that you're one of the larger leaders in the company, and you're always in that learning-based mindset. You're on our calls all the time. You're listening, you're writing down, you're taking notes. And by every measure, you're an absolute success and beast in agent attraction. So I'm humbled to be here and humbled to pour into your people a little bit.
Well, first of all, thank you. And you're exactly right. I'm just following people like you. I'm fortunate that I just found a few people who wanted to build it. And I found one racehorse, you know him, Jay Nelson, who helped change my life. But yeah, let's
Jay's in your org?
Yeah, he was my third call. Jay was my
Wow.
third
Yeah,
call.
Jay's one of my favorite people.
Yeah.
That explains, like, sometimes you could use one name and it explains everything. That one just explained it for me because, you've surrounded yourself with like-minded people that
Yeah.
care about people, and the love that comes out of Jay and Ashley are just, it's
Yeah. And
measurable.
if you didn't hear me, Randy, they're over in Germany right now to get away and take a vacation, just to unwind. That boy works his tail off. And
Oh yeah,
anyway,
I'm intimate with Jay. I was in Puerto Rico for a couple
okay.
year or so with Jay, and yeah, Jay's
Well,
one of my brothers.
I do a Zoom with him every Monday morning at 7:30, and she called me at 7:20. Ashley just sounded sicker than a dog. They both got a stomach virus.
Oh,
They brought a
oh, is that what you were talking about?
yeah. And then
I
he
didn't put that
passed a
together.
kidney stone while dealing with the stomach virus.
Oh my gosh.
Can't even comprehend that. That's
Yeah,
crazy. But anyway, yeah, so thank you for the kind words, man. Sincerely appreciate it.
100%.
And I've enjoyed listening to your calls, and we definitely can maybe get into a little bit of how those calls sound, whether we want to role play, do some things. But before we jump into that real quick, I'm curious right now with 1,000 agents on board. One of the biggest things I think I'm challenged with, and some of us that have a group, is what do you do to, or is it a thing you do to inspire and to motivate your agents that have come on board to get into attraction?
Yeah, that's a tough one. The reason I'm pausing is because all we could do is keep creating a vision of why. And what's more important to me is letting them know that it's a process and it takes time. Because if not, if you just come from all hype and then they get hit in the face with no's, which is going to happen, then it's hurtful, right? So
Hmm.
for me, it's about opportunity. Just really keep laying out the opportunity. Nobody wants to see, like, I'm the best. I've created all this. I'm living this lifestyle in the Cayman Islands and whatever it is. I like being raw and real with people about what it takes, what the real numbers are. A lot of my coaching is really focused on the KPIs and what the numbers look like for attraction.
Yeah.
And you could take your 100 list, which is 100 agents that love and like you and know you and trust you the most, and you could call that 100 list, and 6 out of 10 of them aren't going to want to give you the time of day because you're asking about an opportunity they weren't looking for, right? So it's just 40% will be remotely open to it. 1 to maybe 2 out of 10 in a very tight list of people you really care about, right? Like this list, I care about everybody on this list for the most of it. I know everybody intimately on here. I can call Kelly and I can go, I've got this new thing. I know you like me. I know you trust me. I know I wouldn't steer you wrong. Can I show you this thing? And it'll take about 30 minutes. So just tell me when it's good for you, but I need to show you this thing. Right. And she'll still enter that relationship reluctantly. She'll still go, yeah, I do love Randy, but I'm not really, I don't want another thing. So unless I can speak to the thing's value of what it's going to do to help Kelly and take me out of it, I'm just the guide. She becomes the hero of how this may help her. Um, Even though she really cares about me, she could probably even lend me money from a friend perspective, but she doesn't want to hear about my thing, right? She doesn't want to hear about something she didn't ask for.
Yeah.
Now it's different than if I go on social and I go, this is the best thing. I can't believe how I feel with this. And I've lost 10 pounds. If she reaches out to me, I'm curious what's going on with that. That's completely different dynamic, right? So attraction's got two sides. One is incoming traffic, meaning you've attracted somebody to you in some way. You've become attractive, not pretty, but attractive. And the other one's an outreach, right? It's a sales call. Those two are completely different animals. Now, everybody would like to have a funnel where everybody's asking you. Jay Kinders brags that he's never made an outgoing call. That pisses me off because I'm like, okay, I'm working my tail off. I'm calling sometimes 20 people a day, scratching along to where I'm at. And I think I'm cool. I think I got some things to offer. I've been a coach. I've been these things, but I could literally call and say, Bill, I have the cure for the real estate cancer. I have everything's for free. All you have to do is just join me for like 10 minutes. And they're like, I'm good, man. Right. So for me, it's really when, and I appreciate the gratitude and the acknowledgement of my speaking skills or objection handling skills, whatever you want to call it, because I'm not a great speaker. High school, barely got through it. I still can't spell half the words that I should at 10th grade. I just have all these things, and I've been somewhat successful despite all those setbacks. Inner city kid and all that stuff. But the reality is, I have perfected through scripts and dialogues and practice and role playing all those non-sexy things. You see the NFL team like the Chiefs tonight on the football field. Well, they've been on their hands and knees doing 100-yard, crawls all week to get to play Sunday. I've just been in the trenches long enough to get to where I feel really, really comfortable with these conversations. I really look forward to objections because it allows me to dig a little deeper. For those of you that know Pace Morby, this little peace sign here means something very, very specific. And it means bunny ears, meaning that there's a story about him buying a house. And she goes, I'd sell it, but I have two bunnies that I love. Like they're my family. And they're those big bunnies. I don't know what they're called, but they're huge bunnies, right? And he found out that that was her big thing. That was her rock that was keeping her from moving to the next house. And he wanted to buy that house. So he said, I'll take care of forget about the house. I'll take care of the bunnies. The bunnies, I'm going to make you proud. The bunnies are going to have the best home. They're going to have the best food. They're going to have the best people that love them and care for them and everything else. And all of a sudden she said, you're my person. Money is not the object. You're going to take care of my bunnies. Right. So that's what that peace sign comes from, is bunny ears very early in that journey. Well, that's a story that I can get behind. That's something I felt immediate emotional tie to. I'm like, that's what I want to do with agents. I want to find their bunny. I want to find their issue that they're having, and they may not know it, right? But I want to dig in and really care about them and come from that place of unattachment. Of course, I'm attached. Of course, I'm looking for FLQA. Of course, I'm looking to add them in my organization. But it's truly coming from a place that I know I can turn a corner for them in their business and create predictability, reliability, income, remove some of the stress, let them go to soccer games with their kids, because I missed all that stuff, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I missed all that stuff. I can probably chalk up my first divorce. I was married 23 years. I could chalk that up to real estate. I mean, just hindsight's 2020, right? Only when I look back on it was like, man, I worked all the time. If somebody called me on a Sunday, I was out of the house. I don't care what plans I made with the family. I'm taking care of my family by going and getting this $10,000 commission over here, right? That is my love for my family. But they don't see it the same way.
Yeah.
So there really is a balance with that we can provide agents. And when you dig into that, I mean, try to argue EXP with me, because it's not about EXP. I'm going to say, no, 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 no. I refuse to let you off the phone. We're going to have a 30-minute conversation, and I will not bring up EXP unless you do. We need to have this conversation, brother, sister, whoever it may be, because you're on a path that you just don't understand what it looks like. And I've got some experience in front of you. I'm the guide to this story, right? I'm not going to coach you. I'm going to try and guide you of why this is so important. And that conviction, that passion will come out, and you're speaking to another human being now, not a sales number, not a check off your list because you made a contact or you've made an appointment with your co-sponsor or whatever.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's really at the end of the day where it sits with me, and then it's never work.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. First of all, go back to what you kind of started talking about. And one of our other leaders, you probably know him, Eric Golden. Same thing. He drives on his timing, right? You can make 10 phone calls, but it's just all about timing. Did you find them at the right time? They're pissed off their broker. They just lost a listing, whatever. The broker just left and somebody else came, whatever it is. It's a timing thing. What I'd like to do with you guys, the audiences that here, again, if you have not heard Randy in the midst of a dialogue, and I don't know if I'm the right one to do it. I'm more than happy to role play. But those that are selling right now, if you're wondering right now, what would it sound like if you were received a phone call from Randy and they were and he was trying just to have a dialogue with you and see what he could do to help you? Who would be open to have that kind of a phone call? Because what he's going down the path that I loved listening to him, he doesn't bring up EXP at all. He comes from a coaching, he comes from a place of how can I truly help you? And he's obviously looked up their background or finds out about if their production is slipping or what have you. Who'd be open just to have a kind of like a dialogue going back and forth as if we're having a conversation? Anybody game to do that? That's out.
And by the way, to set
Yeah.
the stage, I'll be the hard one in the relationship. I'm not going to embarrass you. That's not my job. My job is not to make me sound cooler by stumping you up. That's not what it's about. It's about getting your brain to understand that you can do this. Getting your brain to understand, if I find this little dialogue, I got goosebumps just saying that this is what it means to me. When you get the power of feeling comfortable in this conversation, you're going to become unstoppable. And some of you have incredible successes in your real estate business, but you haven't figured out this attraction thing, right? Because it is totally different.
Yeah.
It is completely different. And that erodes at a lot of us high performing winners, because we're like, dude, I could sell 16 homes in a month, but I can't bring on one agent a month. What is wrong with me? Right? It's not you, it's the language that you're using between those two type of professional, inquiries.
Yeah.
So I wanted just to lay that out there. If you're open to it, I will be kind to you. I will not embarrass you. That's not my job. So I want to move the needle forward for somebody on this call, because, I'm always looking for that one person. I could be on a call with 10 or 10,000. I'm looking for that one person that we're going to go, wow, that changed my mindset, and I'm moving the direction of what I want in my life. Right.
So do you, Randy, before we see if we can find somebody who's open to have this chat with you, I'm assuming also, are you still in production at all?
So I haven't been in production. I take a deep breath. I haven't been in production in 5 or 6 years, but we're relaunching a production team because the EXP model has changed. The Icon Award now, open in all 7 levels, is incredibly valuable. It's just another value proposition that, I was retired from production. They offered that particular opportunity, and I'm like, okay, I got to go back to do that, because that makes sense, and we can help more people with it, right?
Yeah.
So we partnered with Jay Kinder. If you haven't seen that yet, Sean, I'm sure you're aware of it. Co-sponsoring with Jay and using the funnel systems for production leads. I think that we can help more people, especially in the market that we've seen the last couple of years, in a production mindset. But you won't catch me opening a lockbox and negotiating a contract. Most likely, I'm going to be a coach and team leader, which means an integrate, or I'm an operator. I need an integrator, right? So I partnered with a team leader that's going to help nationally. A gal I brought in that owned multiple Century 21 office. She's a beast when it comes to broker responsibility and all that. So I partnered with somebody in the Premier Luxury Group that's going to handle that side of it. So I'm really focused on what I love and my wheelhouse. And so long answer, kind of.
Gotcha.
We're moving that direction.
FYI, you may already know this, but you got 3 of them on the screen right now. Tim, Kelly, and Kathy, and about 6 others are all teamed up with Michael Reese and doing
I
the
love
funnel system and so
I
forth.
love it. I went through Michael Reese's program in Puerto Rico. It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's just those guys are, like Jay says, Mike's an alien. He literally is an alien. I don't know what he does, how he does it, but he's not of this world. And that's
No doubt. Yeah, he's a
big
freak of
compliment.
nature. No doubt. Well, hey, let's do it. Let's do a call or two. Who'd be game to just act as if you're on a call right now with Coach Randy? I'd love for you to hear kind of his dialogue, the kind of questions he asks and so forth. Anybody game that's in production right now, Mr. Chuck Mormon? Would you like to?
Anybody game, Chuck? Anybody want to do it, Chuck?
I'm actually not in production in years, so let's pick
Okay.
somebody that's actually doing production.
Yeah.
Actually, are we having a production call or a traction call?
Well, an attraction call. I just know that
Okay.
you would start asking him questions about the
Yeah,
business
okay.
and production and so forth. Who is in doing production right now? Sandra, are you in production, sweetie? Would you mind just as if Randy was calling you? I'd love for you to hear just his dialogue. This is all being recorded to go back. It really is enlightening. And obviously at the very end, you can jump on some of his calls to listen, but boy, you're in the midst of it and feel free to
Sure.
throw out different things. So yeah, let the two of you go.
Okay,
Well,
cool. So is that all right, Sandra? Do I have your permission?
Yeah. Okay. So
You're not driving, right? You pulled over?
I did just pull over.
Okay.
Thank you. Do you want me to say things like what I've recently heard? Is that because I was easy.
Yeah.
Personally, I was easy. I mean, like I heard about EXP and I'm like, count me in now.
Yeah. So
But
here's the permission. You're allowed to be as ornery as you want to be. You could throw me a curveball. You could do anything you like. The goal is to have people hear how I'm moving past the objections and
thank
moving
you.
into a place of really dropping your guard, because that's what we're trying to do. Is we're trying to drop your guard so we can have an open conversation, right? So I might ask a couple questions because I know nothing about you. I don't know if you sell 5 homes or 50 homes or 5,000 homes. I don't know anything. So it'll take me about 60 seconds longer to do a little needs analysis, but typically I use corded system that I could pull up agents data, how long they've been in each company in their whole career, how many transactions are they trending up, trending down. I have all the tools. So when you lie to me, I call BS, right? So if you go, everything's great. Okay, you're down 43%. Which part of that's great? Were you looking for more time, right? So I'll use tools and data to my benefit, but I'm not going to come out hot like that normally, right? So with you, I know
Do
nothing.
you really
So
say that to me? Because
Oh,
I have
yeah.
friends. Okay.
Yeah, because listen, I only have a couple of minutes to qualify this to see if they're worthy of my time, right? I mean, this is a big part of this conversation is I love and care about them, but if they're totally closed-minded, uncoachable, is that really my avatar? It's not. If they're doing 0 transactions, that's not my avatar. I'll bless them, but I'm not spending time with them. So I'm getting to know them a little bit, right? So I'm looking for that avatar. And so let's just jump in. So ring, ring. Hey, Sandra, it's Randy Byrd with EXP Realty. I know we don't know each other, but I was looking at some of your production numbers and stuff. It looks like you're having a pretty decent year. Is that accurate?
Yeah, Randy. I mean, it's going really well. I had a stroke a couple years ago, so I'm
sorry.
ramping up. Thank you. That's the best thing about regenerative medicine. You can bounce back and go. And I'm right in the
100%.
middle of something right now. How can I help you?
Yeah. So 2 minutes, or should I call back another time?
I never have time, so let's do 2 minutes. Thanks.
Okay, cool. So actually, I just have a single question. Are you open-minded when it comes to opportunities in real estate? It sounds like you've overcome a tremendous amount with the stroke, and you probably had to rewire a lot of how you do things in business. And we haven't talked about why you had the stroke and some of that things as it might relate. But I'm just curious, do you find yourself to be the open-minded type?
Well, I'm with Sotheby's, and I'm
Great
not.
company.
Thank you. I don't see EXP doing anything in my market. Thank you
I
for
didn't
that.
mention EXP. I'm sorry.
I heard you say EXP at the beginning.
I'm with EXP, but I didn't offer it to you.
Okay.
I just want to get to know you, Sandra. So again, we only have 60 or 90 seconds here. How many transactions you do in a year?
Well, I used to do 25 to 30. I want to get back up to that point. This year I might get 4 million, and next year I want to do 10, and I want to get up to 40.
Awesome. What's that mean to you? Why do you want to reach that goal?
It shows that my brain is working at the level that I want it to work, that anything that happens to me, I can bounce back and be better and stronger. And I just believe that, you know, the brain's the muscle that does get stronger as I get older. So I'm just going to work it to the max. I'm married to somebody who's really supportive of that. So that's super helpful.
We're kindred spirits. I've been through a lot. I've had 3 suicides very, very close to me. My younger brother, my ex-wife committed suicide, and I've been on a journey. I've been on a journey to really be really true to myself, health-wise, mentally, all these things. And so that's really important to me. But this is a new relationship. We're just kind of exploring. And here's what I'm hoping to get from another meeting if you're open to it. I just want to get to know you. Obviously, we have referral business and we're both in the real estate business. I'm in the West Coast. You're not. I think there's some opportunities there. I'm a big thinker. I like surrounding myself with like-minded, open-minded, big thinking individuals. And I think that you'd have that. And then you also have a powerful story I'd like to get to know more. But I want to honor your 2 minutes. We're about there. Would you be open to a short call, maybe a 15, 20-minute get to know each other call, see what we could do to business network, collaborate, partner? I don't know what it looks like. I
Right.
haven't mentioned EXP. You did. I'll wait till you ask me about it before I talk about it, if that's makes it feel safer for you. Are you cool with this meeting maybe in the future?
Yeah, I am. And my husband is a combat aviator.
Oh, thank you for
And I
his
train.
service.
That's what's helped me rebound from what happened to me. I have a service dog. I train them and I donate them as medical alert dogs and veterans and first responders. So
That is so close to my heart. I'm a disabled vet myself, and I think we're going to have a lot of things in common. So again, respectfully, may I have some of your time in the future, 15, 20 minutes, and it could be this week, next week. What's better, this week or next week? It's Monday.
Well, I'm going to have a little bit of time this afternoon. I normally carve out time around
I love it.
2:30.
I'm usually a couple days out, but let me look. Can you do say 2 p.m. today?
2:30 is better.
I could do 2:30. I'll block 30 minutes just for safety, but let's just spend a little time together. And I guarantee you're going to feel good about the call after we're done with it. I promise that. I'm not going to make it awkward at all.
Okay, good. How much time do I need to carve out for this?
I blocked out 30 minutes, but let's just plan on a quick 15, 20-minute call.
Okay, I know I can do 15.
I love it. I'm excited about being there. Do I need to remind you 2:30 today? Anything?
Yeah, I mean, that is the thing that I'm not on top of right now. So
if you had
everyone
a
has to
listing
send me 3 or 4 reminders.
If you had a
Thank
listing
you.
appointment at 2:30 today for 2 million, would you forget it or would you need to be reminded?
I put reminders in there because
I'm the
of
same way. That's
my
why I was
brain.
asking.
Yeah.
I have 3 reminders to my reminders. I will text you about 15 minutes before, and again, just a couple minutes before, telling you I'm hopping on.
All right. Thank you.
Awesome. Have a great day. Nice meeting you, Sandra. Appreciate it.
Nice meeting you
All
too.
right. Bye for now. All right. So pause. Right. Most important person, Sandra. You're muted, Sean. Most important person, Sandra. What did that feel for you?
It felt a lot of fun, like a tennis match from the standpoint of when I said I'm not interested in EXP, because a lot of my friends will say that right off the bat. And I
notice I took it away from you though.
Yeah,
and I gained
you
power
did right
when I
away.
did.
And a gamer is always going to love that. Like, oh, look what you just did.
Yep. Yep, I agree. So thank you for participating. Thank you. And I feel closer to you because I know a little bit about your journey in just 2 or 3 minutes,
Yeah, that's
I love the fact you're a dog lover.
husband.
I love the fact that you're, you have a veteran and you're doing things for veteran needs. I mean, that just, it speaks volumes to who you are to me.
Well, and thank you for that, because in all this role play, I'm not getting enough role play practice. And I know personally, for everyone listening here, I mean, I've had that much role play for listings, so I sound very relaxed. I'm very relaxed. I've got more than 10,000 hours of practice as a listing agent. But as revenue share, I don't have that practice. And I believe the stress comes across in my voice and my ability to listen well. So
that was $1 million answer right there. This is the holy grail to what we're doing. I can go, Sandra, I got $1 million listing appointment this afternoon at 2:30. Can you do it?
Yeah.
No problem.
Easy. Yeah.
You don't even need to prepare for it. You can go in and you can get that deal. If I ask you to call one agent that's even doing half of the production you are, you'll stumble all over yourself. You'll say all the wrong things. You'll be nervous as complete. Your hands will sweat. That's just natural. Same thing when you started your listing journey.
Yeah. It
The
comes
first time you
across
sat
in
at
your
the kitchen
voice
table
always.
is the same way, right?
Yeah.
So you said something very critical. I spent 10,000 hours learning how listings operate.
Easy.
And I can do them with no problem whatsoever. What about if you committed to your EXP attraction journey the same way? I've got 10,000 hours now of coaching other agents to do agent attraction. Right. So of course I'm going to be a little more proficient in language and skill set and the way that I approach things, but I'm committed to it. So that was just such a great takeaway. But Sean, yes, sir.
I was just going to say, I've heard you do this every single time. You have a way on the front end of it's all about the relationship, really getting to know them, seeing if we even want to be in a relationship together. How can I add value? You have a way of, I'd like to do 2 or 3 of those, that front end, like you just said, he made you feel comfortable. Sandra, right? You were going to try to do some pushback about the EXP and he wasn't bringing that up. He really wanted to try to truly find out about you. That is a skill that I've heard you do on every call. And I'm like, wow, because you definitely get their guard down if they're and you're asking, are they open to different opportunities and ideas and stuff? Let's do another 1 or 2 just phone calls on the front end.
Yeah.
I'll be the one here to do it right now. Let's just you buzz me.
Ring, ring. Hey, Sean.
Yes. How
Hey,
can I help?
Sean, Randy Byrd, EXP Realty. I'm a coach and a team leader, but I'm just calling to see if we can get to know each other for a couple of minutes. I came across your name. Looks like you're doing a fair amount of production. I always like to be connected with top performers and top individuals and, see if you're open to that.
Yeah, I'd be open here. I've got just a few minutes getting ready to walk into an appointment. Can you be maybe what exactly, I guess, are you trying to accomplish, Randy?
I
I've got
love
a
it.
appointment.
I don't have an agenda, so that's the cool part. We can end it now, and I'm just fine. But I try to reach out to 2 agents a day just to really build my network. And your network is your net worth, right? I've always been taught that. I was coached by Tom Ferry for years, and then I became a coach for Tom for 4 years. And again, I don't have an agenda, but I am looking to be purposeful about reaching out to other rock stars like yourself and see if you're open to it.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm open to it. You obviously sound like you've got a background and so forth in coaching. And it's been challenging here this last year and a half or two. I mean, I'm down about 30–40%. Before I
Ouch.
got to jump, just real curious. I'd love to kind of understand more about your skill set.
Yeah.
What do you think you could do in today's market if you and I were to get on another call? I'd like to take my production back up. I'm around 10 to 12 transactions. I normally do 20 to 25. I'd like to get back there. Can you give me just a couple pointers? What might you do if you and I were to jump on another call?
So I'd be willing to do that. And I didn't call you to get you into my coaching circle and have you charge for that. So I think it'd be honorable for me to offer to do that first little call for 15 minutes or so for free. I'd be willing to do that. And let's make it more of a discovery call for both of us. Like me get to learn a little bit about you, you learn a little bit about me. I'll give you some nuggets that I think are working right now. But going from 10 to 12 to 25 is child's play. I'm gonna be honest with you. I coach a couple clients who do 1,000 transactions a year. My wheelhouse has taken somebody that's doing 10 to 12 to 24, 36, maybe 50. And then you start having to build a team and do different things. But creating predictability in your real estate business, it sounds like that's maybe where you're lacking a little bit. I have one request. If we're going to do this call, and I'm going to do it for free, I want you to give me undisturbed, completely devoted 15 minutes of our time and no distractions. Shut your phone off. I want you to treat it because I'm going to treat it, I'm doing it for free for you. My coaching's $1,500 an hour. I'm willing to do this for you. I like your style. Are you open to making that commitment?
Yeah, no, I am, and I appreciate you doing that.
Okay.
Yeah, so
So,
thank the
so
call.
pause for a second. You tried to take the power by telling me if I'm going to do this, why should I do this? And if you could help me in these areas, I'd be willing to do it. I took the power back from you without maybe you even knowing and put me back in the power position of my expectations for me to get on the call have to be these. Right. So that's a
Yeah.
subtle but important component of this. If I would have went, oh, dude, I'd love your time. Yeah, I'd be blessed if you can give me 15 minutes to, and I'll share some things that are working right now. And oh, I just so appreciate you, giving me a little of your time. All right, you're not in a power position. And
Yeah.
there's a difference because how this started. Now, if you reached out to me and said, Randy, I want to talk to you about coaching, I would give you a mini needs analysis. I'd be hammering you why you're even an avatar fit for my coaching program, because I've got to have a gatekeeper, right? I've got to find out if you're matching the criteria that I'm looking for as an incoming. But if I'm outgoing, you got to take a little different stance in it.
I got you. So let me ask right now, for those that are all listening in, obviously with your coaching background and, coaching a couple people doing 1,000 transactions, I don't want people here to, I don't want to say feel intimidated, but thinking, okay, I can never do this because I don't have Randy's background.
You do what? Make a phone call and get to know a human being?
Yeah. So that's where I wanted to kind of go with it. So without falling back on your incredible background and skill set, what do you say to the agent right now that's on here going, okay, I've been a real estate agent for 4 years. I do about 12 transactions a year. That's it. How
Yeah.
am I going to make a phone call if I don't have his background?
So let's do that real quick. And Chuck, let's do that with you. If you're okay with it, I'm going to be an agent that is selling 5 houses a year, calling you that do 100 houses a year. What do I possibly have to contribute to you?
Awesome.
So you're doing 100 houses a year. I'm calling you. I want to introduce you into what I'm doing and things, but doesn't that sound scary for people, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, hey, ring, ring. Hey, Chuck, it's Randy Byrd, eXp Realty. How are you doing today?
Hey, Randy, how are you?
I'm doing amazing, Chuck. Do you have like 2 minutes?
Yeah, no problem. I've got about 5.
That's amazing. I don't know how a guy like you that does 100 transactions a year has time. It's like everybody I talk to doing 12 or 15 deals a year has 0 time. So I applaud that. So Chuck, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm only doing like 5 transactions a year. I've got a fire in my belly. But what I did that really has created a turning point for me is I've aligned with some of the top guys in the industry. Jay Kinder was the number 2 guy in the world for Coldwell Banker. Brent Gove, number 1 guy in California, of all of California for Remax, number 10 in the world. Tom Daves, number 1 Keller Williams agent in the world, not once, not twice, but 7 times. These guys are my inner circle now. And we're aligned together with EXP. This is not about EXP yet, Chuck. This is strictly just about me acknowledging your business. You're doing 100 transactions a year. It's amazing. I'm just curious, is there a place for us to get together and talk about opportunity? And I'd like to introduce you to some of these people that I know and like and trust and care about. And I think those relationships and collaboration and partnerships and stuff would be really valuable for you. Would you be open to that?
I don't know, Randy. I appreciate you calling me, and I appreciate you trying to better your sales. But I'm not real sure that I'm going to be the person that can help you.
Yeah, I'm not asking you to help me. I'm sorry, Chuck. I was just edifying my partners that I think would be able to add value to you.
Okay.
Do you currently have people you hang around with that are the number 1 agents in the respective companies outside your company?
No.
Why is that? Do you think that would be valuable?
Yes.
Okay. I could do that. I mean, at least a couple of them, I'd love to introduce you to them. And a guy like you, I'm sure they'd be happy to talk to as well.
So these would be calls about EXP or a call about production. What is?
I think it's a little early to put EXP on the table, wouldn't you say?
Yes.
Okay, then let's not do that. It's not about that. So it's about like-minded people and being open-minded. Do you find yourself to be open-minded, coachable type?
Absolutely. Yes.
I would say so. If you reach the milestone 100 transactions a year, that's very significant. So I got to go in just a second, Chuck. Okay, I'm getting towards what the time he told me he had, but I'm taking control again. If you notice that, I'm trying to pause to give you some of that. Hey, Chuck, I gotta get running. I appreciate you offering up a couple minutes here. What's the best next step for us, do you think? I told you I'd love to introduce you to some of my really powerful and successful partners. Would you be open to that? Do you have a coach currently? Do you have somebody you lean on in business? Would a networking, kind of collaboration partnership like this be valuable?
Yes, it would be valuable. We could do a Zoom. Could we do a Zoom call?
I'm
Because I'd
fine
really
with
like to see
it.
it.
I like Zoom. I like putting a face to a name.
Right.
Yeah, that'd be great. So I'll tell you what, I'll block out like a 30-minute time slot. Do you have some days that would be best for you just so I could reach out to my partners and see what we could do to help each other?
Yeah. Wednesday mornings are great for me.
Okay, cool. Let me text them, find out what's best, and I'll introduce you to one or three or all of them at some point. But I think you really enjoy it, and I'm going to lead in and let the leader know it's really just about supporting you, and we'll look at what that looks like. How do we play this partnership in to benefit you? Because that's what it's all about.
Sounds wonderful.
Okay, cool. I appreciate it. It's great talking to a guy
Uh,
that's selling a lot of transactions in this market. So as we leave the call, Chuck, what's one thing that's working for you right now in your real estate business? 100 deals a year is impressive.
my sphere of influence, contacting them on a regular basis.
I love it. What percentage of your business is from your SOI?
75%.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Have you done podcasts? Would you be open to doing a podcast with us maybe and talk about your success and how you're really able to reach that milestone in real estate that everybody wants to be part of? Are you open to that kind of stuff?
Yeah. Let's have the Zoom call first.
Yeah, sounds good. We'll circle back to that, but I'm excited about this next step in this journey.
Yeah. Very nice to meet you, Randy.
You too, Chuck. Have a great day. Appreciate your time.
All right. Thanks.
Bye for now. So again, a very real call. I mean, that's almost how they would go with a cold call to somebody else, right? So even if you're looking to change companies, if I called and said, Chuck, EXP, have you heard of it? What have you heard? Your defenses are going to go up. I tell this story and it's just so true. Picture yourself, you need a car. You need a used car. You want something newer within a couple years, but you need it now. You got insurance settlement on your wrecked car. You've got a job you need to drive to, whatever you have a need for it, like this week. And if you drive up to a car dealership and you step over the chain, keeping the cars inside the dealership, you step over and you're in that sacred land of salesperson land, right? And the first person that comes sliding up to you, what can I do to help you? You're going to say, I'm good. I'm just looking, right? That's just human nature. And that's what we do. We slide up like a salesman and we go, what's up? You've got to look at this deal I got over here today. We have the lowest rates. You're not going to find this after today. Right. And I'm even there looking for a vehicle and I will still have that posture that I'm just looking until I need them. Now, what about if that same salesman saw you, kind of made eye contact, you step over the chain, you reluctantly look in the windows, you look in the sticker, and he comes up and he kind of gently catches your attention from a distance, says, hey, I'm right over here. You just walked in. I want to give you space. But as soon as you have a question, just raise your hand. I'm going to stand back here and I'm here to serve you. Let me know when you need something. Your guard comes down. You start looking in the window. Is this one unlocked? Do you have a key for this one? I'd like to look at the interior. No problem. I'll get that for you. He comes, unlocks the door, takes a step back again, says, any questions? I'm right here for you. As opposed to going into the sales script, right? Like we do at EXP. 80-20 split, $16,000 cap. Icon, oh my God, you get all your stock back every year. Do you have it stock at your company? Oh, right? So think of it when you're talking to a person, put yourself in that salesperson capacity. How can you be of service to that customer? And again, you're not attached to the relationship, i.e., you're a $150,000 salaried employee at that Saturn dealership that's no longer, right? But that was their philosophy with Saturn. Everybody was salaried. There was no salesperson pressure. The price on the window is the price, period, for everybody. It's all the same. Brilliant concept, failed for a lot of probably different reasons. But if you can come into that relationship that way, I think you win. And if you don't win, it feels better.
Yeah. Hey, when you talk about value, relationship, next step, yeah, you've got some wording that's so good on the front end to help them bring their reluctance down and stuff. So that's awesome. Thank you for doing that, Chuck.
Yeah, 100%.
Part of me's like, man, I'd love to hear the call, the next call, right? That with both Sandra and Chuck, and we don't have time for that. But what I think, again, what I'm getting value from, I hope you guys are, is the front end of that conversation of just he's starting a relationship and moving it. And I like the whole, you've only got 5 minutes. And like you said, you took back control and you're right there going, I'm not trying to push anything. I'm going to literally learn about you. Let's set aside a 15 to 20 minute call to truly fact find. That is an awesome approach to make that first call. You're just, telling me I need to listen to more of your calls. That it definitely makes it easier to pick up the phone if you know you're going to keep it short. And I'm just looking for someone who would like to get involved in a relationship. I'm surrounded with some other people that Jay Kinder, throw out a few names. Anyway, just great on the front end. Anybody, let's do one more of those calls. Kelly, would you be
Let me speak to this real quick, Sean.
Go ahead.
So people are going to get excited. They're going to make a couple appointments now, hopefully. That next call is very critical. So without going into a lot of detail, just remember to let them speak 80% of the time. You speak 20% of the time. You could use Fixer. You could use all kinds of things in your Zooms now that tells you who talked, what percentage, and you could watch the dialogue with that. Practice listening. Practice. Even if they're asking a bunch of questions, answer the question and get back to asking them questions. So you could really do the needs analysis, I call it. Because after that call, if you spent 25 minutes talking out of 30, they're going to go, that was okay. If they talk for 25 minutes and you talk for 5, they're going to go, that guy was amazing. That girl was amazing. Everybody wants to be heard. Everybody wants to be listened to. So that first call is really a discovery call of finding out as much as you can, as much as they're willing to divulge and talk to you about, and not really pitching unless they start asking specific questions. Right?
Yeah. Would you guys rather do that call for the next 10 minutes, like that needs analysis call? It's the second call. Would you guys rather do that or another initial first call? What would you guys like to do?
Needs analysis.
Okay. So let's dig a little deeper then. So maybe we can, Sandra, are you cool to kind of go to that second call that you guys had lined up and let him do some needs analysis with you?
Okay, I gotta unload the service dog. Let somebody else do it. I'll keep listening, but I gotta handle a dog right now.
How about Chuck?
Okay.
Let's go back to Chuck.
Yeah. Would you be okay, Chuck? The needs analysis call now?
Sure.
All right. Let's just play. It's Wednesday morning.
So Chuck, we're going to stay in the same role that you're doing 100 agents or you're doing 100 transactions. And I'm really looking from a perspective of connectivity, relationships, networking, collaboration for you, right? And I'm going to ask questions about your business of what your needs are. And it's probably a 5-minute call. I can get to the needs of your business, honestly, right? Because when I'm calling from this capacity, I'm going to apologize up in the front end of this for being kind of bold and asking questions, but it's the intent that I'm going to have. So I'll start it like that. Ring. Hey, Chuck, Randy Byrd. We met on the phone. We talked about coming to Zoom. Thanks for being on the Zoom today.
Hey, Randy. Good to hear from you again.
Good to hear from you. You do a lot of Zooms, Chuck?
A couple of weeks.
Sellers and buyers as well?
Along with some coaching.
Okay, awesome. Who's your coach?
It's a Freedom team. It's Sean Sturrock.
Oh yeah, I've heard good things about Sean. So question, is it still a good time for us to spend a little 15, 20 minutes together today?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, cool. I want to apologize in advance because I'm going to ask some questions. I'm not trying to, you're not applying for a job interview. I'm just trying to get to know you and your business, because what I'm really a master at is connecting and networking other people together. And when I introduce you to one of my senior partners, my executive partners, I want to really be able to tell them the truth about you and find out what they're going to be able to help you in the most in. They may have 5 minutes. They're doing $3, $4, $10 million a year in sales production or in organizational production. I want to make it the greatest amount of time spent with you when we get into that. Would that be fair?
Yeah, that's fair.
Because it comes off a little weird if I start going, where are you at? How much money you make? How many, what's your CDL? I don't want to,
I like how you set
come
it
off
all
that
up.
way.
Good.
So quickly, Chuck, give me your 60-second elevator speech and brag on yourself. Like if you meet a $2 million client, you're talking about what you do amazing. What's your elevator pitch for you and your business?
Well, Randy, I've been in the business. Let's see, I started in 2004. So I've sold a lot of homes. I know how to handle a lot of the situations that come up. Not bragging on the numbers, because each of those are relationships, and just making sure that I can take care of anything that you may have that may come up in our transaction.
I love it. Is it okay if I take notes, Chuck? Do I have your permission to take notes?
Sure.
Okay, I appreciate it. So 2004, what's your biggest real estate year ever? How many transactions did you close?
Let's see, 2008, before the financial crisis, I think
Yeah, I
I
remember it
closed.
well.
Yes, I think it was about 130 that year.
Awesome. You know, you and I have similar career backgrounds. That was the year that I had my biggest year as well, and then the wheels fell off the wagon, so to speak.
Yes, yes.
We're within 10 or 15 transactions of each other back in that time frame. Pretty amazing. I've been in the business since 2003. So pause for just a second. I don't want to make this all about me. I'm trying to tie things together between him and I. Okay. So all of a sudden we're getting common things together. So just so you understand, that's important. Okay. So back at it. So Chuck, and then now 2024, how many transactions did you do?
I think it dropped to about 80.
80?
Yeah.
Okay. And what do you attribute that to? Just the market? It's been wonky for 2-3 years now.
Yeah, there was such a demand, after the pandemic, and now this is the fallout.
Yeah. And at the beginning of 2025, what was your numbers that you set as that big, hairy, audacious goal, the BHAG goal for your real estate business?
Yeah, 125 is my goal every year.
125 was your 2025 goal?
Yes.
Okay. You say every year. Have you ever hit that since 2008?
Close several times, but no.
Okay. All right, cool. And then what's your makeup of your business buyers and sellers approximately?
As a team, I'm on a very, very small team. I've got a couple of buyers agents. We're probably 50-50.
Okay. That's a great balance actually, right? Especially in a
Yes.
transitioning market, all of a sudden listings are not everything they're cut out to be. Right now, it costs a
Yeah.
lot of money to put listings up, and if the sellers are not reasonable, we're finding a pretty significant amount of people that are struggling with that, selling that property. Um, just a little bit about me. I've only sold 5 houses myself, so I'm not a big fish like you are, but it's because I'm focused in agent attraction. I'm focused in growing an organization and a national team, and I've partnered with like Sean and some other leaders around the industry that are really looking at other ways to create income into their real estate business after a long, beautiful career, right? So do you have a transition plan? Do you have a retirement plan or an exit strategy, anything like that in your real estate business there in New Orleans?
Retirement, I'm not real sure I've ever heard of that word before in
Uh,
real estate.
Funny story. I was on a top producers panel, 2007 or 8 actually, and I said, "What's amazing about this business? I could do it till I'm 95 years old. I could literally sell houses because I came from a construction mentality where I knew my body time clock was ending in construction. Matter of fact, I walk hunched over. I have problems with my back to this day from construction 20 years ago. But I remember bragging about being able to sell homes until I was 95 years old, like it was some kind of award, and it just it it makes me crazy, right? So I understand what that sounds like. Do you have any kind of exit runway for your real estate business to take more time and financial freedom for yourself? Do you have some of those strategies in place?
Not really, no.
Okay. Any investment properties? I know I'm personal and you don't have to answer, but any investment properties and passive residual income in your business now in your life?
Yeah, a few through the years, but nothing of any,
Okay.
significance.
And you're a young man. I think you and I are probably about the same age. It doesn't matter. I'm guessing, not trying to, put anything on anybody. But and we've been in the business the same amount of time. We're pretty mature in, the business 20, 22 years and stuff. And Chuck, I didn't know what I didn't know. Right? I didn't know what I didn't know. And back then, when somebody asked me to look at this opportunity, I was coaching full time for Tom Ferry, and I thought I'd found time and financial freedom because I could coach from anywhere in the world with a Wi-Fi signal and my computer. I had complete geographical freedom, I thought. And then we went to Hawaii, and I was sitting inside looking out through the glass sliding doors at my whole family in the pool and all their friends and all the guests and everybody in the pool all day long as I sat in and coached for 8 hours. And that was my view of geographic freedom. And I said, I don't have time freedom. I have geographic freedom. And so you could have time freedom or financial freedom, right? And so that's something that's important to me. Chuck, I know a lot more about your business. I'm willing and able, and actually I want to introduce you to my partners, because these guys are rock stars in the industry. No strings attached. There's no outcome of this I'm looking for. I just want to do that because I said I'd do that, and I want to honor you meeting these people. I think you'll be a better human being for it. And then secondly, with your blessing, I would like to talk about what maybe time and financial freedom might look like for you if we were able to weave in some of the things that we're doing, both with EXP and investment opportunities with the sub-2 community, some of the other things that we're doing. Would you be open, and have I earned the respect to have a call like that with you?
Yeah, especially if we could focus on the time freedom.
I'd be
That
happy
would be
to. So
that would be the number one thing.
time's a big deal for you. You've got money.
Yes.
You're doing a lot of transactions. You've got money, but I can show you how to claw back some of that time without even, reducing your business.
Sounds good.
Okay, cool. All right. So I'd set the appointment up for the next call, right? And now I'm keeping the wheels moving, if you noticed, right? Number one, I'm going to make sure we have the next appointment on the call all the time. Bam, bam. Book a meeting from a meeting. Never leave your meeting until you have the next thing booked, period. Make sense? Did that feel
Yes.
comfortable, Chuck? Did that feel?
Yeah, very comfortable.
Okay, good. I appreciate you contributing and working with me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, that was awesome. And I'm glad we got this recorded real quick. I know people are starting to jump at the top of the hour.
Yeah.
Randy, some folks wanted to come listen to you make these calls. Where do they need to go to?
So we have a closed community that we do live dials, and you have to be part of the Attract Boss community, but there's a lot of value in our free community. So if you go to Facebook, it's brand new. It's only got 30 or 35 people in it. We're growing it. We had 1,000 in our workplace group. If you go to Facebook and just type in Attract Boss, you're going to find an open community. The closed community for my coaching clients is hidden. But if you want to look at that, attractboss.com. We do everything from a monthly to dip your toe in the water to a lifetime membership for $2,000, which, that's how much my coaching is monthly. So to be able to get a lifetime access and all that for $2,000, I think it's got a lot of value. But again, pick the free community at first. Pick the free community, get in there, contribute a little bit. There's a lot of value in there. We do some scripts and role play and things in there. It's kind of like a feeder group of like-minded individuals. So that's a great place to start. Just go to Facebook, Attract Boss. You'll find the open community. And then if you go to attractboss.com, it shows all the things that we do and all the things that might be of value to you along the road. So again, I'm not pitching a coaching opportunity heavily. I just want you to know that we do a lot of things for free. We do 5 days or 4 days a week of live dials. So about 6 or 8 hours a week of live dials, just like we just did today. So you can get comfortable and confident. We do role play in the mornings. We do all the things to help move the needle in your business. And it's also a perfect time because we just relaunched October 1st after, the workplace and Slack and all the things, and Attractify, great program. So there's some opportunities right now for you to jump in, and whatever we can do to help you, I'm happy to do that.
And Randy, you're still doing some of this with Eric Orland? You guys did that?
So we'll talk about that, but Eric's got his own program and I have my own programs, often confused. That's why, Eric's a great guy. I love him. He's a great leader. He's got a beautiful CRM that he does for agent attraction. Mine's coaching. Mine specifically, it doesn't matter what CRM you have a cell phone, you have a CRM. We teach you the fundamental principles of coaching. And Eric does some of those things through his Attractify program, but they are totally separate.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Well,
But
man,
I appreciate you very much.
Randy, I just went to Attract Boss on Facebook and it's not coming up. So
Let me just a second. Let me look it up. Since you're here,
a bunch
I
of
appreciate
snakes
it.
came up.
Yeah, I'll put the link in if you give me just 30 seconds.
All right, perfect.
Appreciate it. Okay, here we go. Attract Boss, open community, copy. All right, here you go. And I'll give everybody a minute or so to put that in there. All right, there you go. That's the Facebook group, the open community. And Sean, you're welcome to share that to everybody in your organization. We made it specifically to grow that into 500, 600, 1,000 people that are like-minded. And there'll be a lot of forms and tools and shortcuts and what videos to send out to people, and a lot of things in that free community. And it's kind of like a interesting feeder group, if you will.
Okay. Cool.
All right. Did that link open okay for you, Kathy? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Perfect.
Yep.
Randy,
Like I said, we just launched that a week ago. It's going to be growing a lot. We tried to put it into Slack, but the Slack still got some growing pains. So
we're experiencing the same thing. We just created.
Yeah, I love Slack, but it's very busy, and we just had some growing pains with it.
Yeah. We're experiencing the same thing. Well, man, dude.
So
thank you.
FYI, Randy, though, when you give that out verbally, I would just say the whole thing, because if you type just a track boss, it doesn't really
Into
come up
Facebook?
easily. Yeah. So if you say a track boss open community, like the name is, then
Oh,
it's easy to
gotcha.
find. Yeah.
Fair enough. That sounds good, because it pops up on mine automatically. But yeah, thank you for that, Kathy.
Sure thing.
Cool. Well, man, we've taken you a few minutes over, Randy, dude.
All good, man.
You are the man. I sincerely
Happy to
appreciate it.
contribute. I appreciate your crew and what you're doing as a leader, and looking for Kansas City to pull it off today.
Yeah, it's gonna be great tonight. We'll see. Yeah, I had my Cowboys and Broncos win yesterday, so now the Chiefs got to close it out.
Yeah, the Bills let me down last night in a big way.
Yeah, unbelievable. They got to tell
Let
you
me
what,
down in a big way.
Patriots
Looked like
look
bad
good.
news Bears.
What about that new quarterback for Patriots, dude?
Oh yeah, he's the real
May,
man.
May, whatever. Golly, he
Yeah,
looked good.
he's the real deal.
Yeah.
Anyway, everybody, thank you. I appreciate you
Got
being
it, man.
here.
You guys, thank
John,
you
thanks
so
for
much.
having
Have a
me.
wonderful day.